This video will focus on the topic statistical applications, in specific, the normal distribution. Question 3 starts with the statement, the weights of the sheep on a farm are normally distributed with a mean of 110 kilograms and a standard deviation of 8 kilograms. The mean can be written as x bar, and standard deviation can be written in this shape for a population. Part A asks to sketch a diagram of distribution of weights. So, we draw a straight horizontal line with arrows on both sides. Since the question asks about weights, it's important to label the line weights of sheep in kilograms. Next, we draw a bell curve that has symmetry that is tangent to the straight line. A line in the middle proves this symmetry. Label it x bar for the mean. 50% of the distribution is to the left and 50% is to the right. Under the line for the mean, write 110 because that is the given number for the mean. Standard deviations mean that the number given for standard deviation should be subtracted and added to the mean. One standard deviation below the mean is to the left on the diagram, and we subtract 8 from 110 to get 102 kilograms. One standard deviation above the mean is 110 plus 8, which gives us 118 that should be labeled on the diagram. Question B, Part 1, asks for how many standard deviations it takes from 110 to reach 94. We know that one standard deviation is 102, so subtracting 8 from that number gives us 94, which we now know is 2 standard deviations below the mean because we subtracted 8 twice. The answer to B1 is 2 standard deviations. Part 2 asks for probability, so to figure out what the question is asking for, we should draw another distribution diagram. We now know that 94 is to the left of 110, so draw a line for that value and shade everything to the right of it in the diagram. We are doing this because the question asks for more than 94, so everything to the right of 94 is more than that value. The diagram shows us the numbers we need to plug in the calculator. In the calculator, press second, bars, and then 2, which is the normal CDF. Since the question asks for more than 94, 94 is the lower value, so type that in. There is no other value stated in the problem that creates a range for the weights, so for upper, we plug in 1, second, comma, which is EE when you plug it in, and 99, because together this value stands for positive infinity. The next value is a symbol that looks like an M, and it's called mu. This is another symbol for the mean, so we plug in 110. The last symbol in the calculation is the one described earlier in the video that stands for standard deviation, so we plug in 8 because that was given at the beginning of the problem. After plugging in all these numbers, press enter twice and an answer will appear as 0.977249938, which rounded to 3 sig figs gives us an answer of 0.977. In part C1, we take similar steps to those in part B2. Draw the diagram with a line for 110 in the middle and 88 to the left because it is less than 110. Draw another line to the right of 110 that represents 116 because it's greater than 110. Shade the area between 88 and 116 because that's what we're trying to find. Since the question asks for the probability between these values, they become our upper and lower values. In the calculator, press second, vars, 2, which is normal CDF. Then plug in 88 for the lower value, 116 for the upper, and keep 110 and 8 as the mean and standard deviation, which should have been in the calculator from the previous part of question 3. After pressing enter, we get 0.770392902, which we can round to 0.770 to give us an answer to 3 significant figures. Part C2 asks for the number of sheep that are expected to weigh between the values we found the probability for in the previous part. So, since we know the probability that sheep will weigh between 88 and 116 kilograms is 0.770392902, because we have to use the complete, not rounded value, and that there are 160 sheep because that is given, we have to multiply the numbers together, which gives us 123.2628643, which rounded to 3 significant figures is 123 sheep. Part D is slightly different, but still requires a distribution diagram and plugging information into the calculator. However, in the previous parts, we found probability of the given weight values. This time, we need to find the weight value and are given the probability. First, draw another bell curve diagram with a line to the right of 110, which is the mean, because 75% is more than 50%, which would be half of the bell curve, and the given probability is more than half. Shade everything to the left of this line and label it 0.75 because that is 75% of the curve. Because we must always use the area to the left when using the graphic display calculator. Press second, bars, 3, which is inverse normal. The area to plug into the calculator is 0.75 because that is equivalent to the 75% given, and in the calculator, it asks for the area value out of 1. The mean, or mu, is 110 because that was given at the start of question 3, along with the standard deviation that we plug in next, which is 8. After pressing paste, the answer comes out to 115.395918, which is rounded to 3 significant figures as 115 kilograms. Part E uses the diagram given and asks us to find the values for A and B. To find A, we take similar steps to those in Part D. Since there is 30% below A, we will use this area as 0.3. In the calculator, we press second, bars, 3, or inverse normal. We type the area as 0.3, the mean as 110, and the standard deviation of 8. Pressing paste gives us an answer for A of 105.8047959, which is 106 kilograms when rounded to 3 significant figures. To find B, since we always use the area to the left, we first need to find the total area to the left before B. The two sides of the shaded region are both 30, and added together, 30 plus 30 equals 60%. The total area under the curve is 100%, so subtracting 60 from 100 gives us 40% for the area of the shaded region. Adding 40% to the 30 on the left side of B gives us 70% for the complete area to the left of B, which will be 0.70 in the calculator. In the calculator, we have to press second, bars, 3, or inverse normal. For area, we type 0.70, mean is 110, and standard deviation is 8. Pressing paste gives us an answer for B of 114.1952041, which rounded to 3 significant figures is 114 kilograms. That is the end of question 3. Thank you, and hopefully this video will help you solve future IB Studies questions.